Good, we're back.
When we're back, somehow, some way, we were able to convince an innocent bystander to join us and
Brave
give
soul,
this,
brave
give
soul.
this a go. Enter Brenda. What's up, dude?
How's it going? Pleasure to be here. Long time listener, first time caller.
only caller.
Our first caller.
That's great. There's always got to be a first, man. Yeah, we were just talking before we went live that you're in New York right now. I know things are looking a little dusty.
Yeah, absolutely. It was apocalyptic this week. I guess we all know a lot about Canada now. A lot of brand awareness for Canada.
Yeah.
So
I,
go
ha- I,
Canada.
I have seen some memes of Canada just trying to get some trending news, like, "Oh yeah, hey, we're still here." And some really good references that I've seen on Twitter.
Yeah,
Strong,
me too.
strong marketing play. Strong marketing play by their, Department of Tourism.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's cool. Well, hey man,
yeah, for sure.
we appreciate you joining. Like, I know you're kind of familiar with this format of Rob and I being our masochistic selves and wanting to go in and just do what we're doing anyway, but make it even harder. So, love to just kind of give you the floor for a minute and just have you tell us a little bit more about you and about Journey. Obviously, we've been connected for a while. It's a really impressive tool. I think that it solves a really unique and pressing need. But I'd love to just get your perspective on kind of where it came from and what it's all about.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again for having me. So I've been working in startups for a better half of, I guess, 12 to 15 years. And mostly like started you know, I guess cutting my teeth in sales at startups back in 2007, 2008. And you know, ended up working at larger companies like Facebook and Quora in more BD corporate development roles. And a lot of the premise and catalyst for starting Journey, which is the company I'm the co-founder at now, was I was running a lot of sales processes in my career, but also towards the back half, I was buying a lot more than I was actually selling for my team, and just felt like a lot of the enterprise sales process was a little broken in the way that that it was run. Primarily with lots of meetings in person when we did that, on Zoom now, and then just like tons of email with lots of links everywhere, lots of attachments everywhere, and um, I felt like there could be a better way to help a salesperson tell a story, like once the live meeting ends or once the Zoom ends. And so we kind of came up with this new storytelling format that we call a journey, which essentially brings together all the tools that you use to tell a story in one place. So videos and documents and proposals and demos, and just kind of helps you stand out in a process. One, but also just makes the life of your champion on the other side a lot easier. And as you guys know, as the sales experts, the champion is really the one that's closing the deal. Like salespeople can shepherd it, but there has to be, in every big deal that at least I've been a part of, or now witnessing thousands of deals with our own customers. There's always three things that closes a deal. It's there's a champion on the other side who's sticking their neck out. That's spearheading it internally. There's some mutual plan between the seller and that champion for how you're going to roadmap it from first call through to close. And then the hardest thing is there's meetings that salespeople, sales leaders just won't get invited to on the other side. There's internal huddles, and so with Journey, we try to help the salesperson be in that room without being in the room, so to say. So that's kind of the premise with what we're doing at Journey, and we've been on the journey of Journey for I guess it's been 2 years now, which is kind of crazy. But we're venture backed, seed stage startup. very much we're still figuring it out, but we have hundreds of paying teams now. And we're, just marching to the next milestone.
Nice job. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. I had a chance to actually listen to a podcast interview about your first 100 customers. And one of my favorite takeaways from that was how it sounds like, and obviously you could tell me if this is how it really went down, is you were really building hyper personalized journeys for all of those target accounts or end users that you thought could benefit from it. So there was this level of you doing a lot of the work in advance and not just spraying and praying and just dumping a bunch of email addresses into a sequence and keeping your fingers crossed. Like, you took more of a laser pointer approach and let the product do what it was intended to do, which is tell that story. I mean, tell us how that went to that first 100. It sounds like it was a lot of manual work, but that it worked out.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I told myself that, I wouldn't use a sales engagement tool if I ever started a company. But I will, cat's out the bag. We just bought one. But for the first, in the beginning of the company, the whole premise was that the experience of receiving a journey should be so good that someone wants to sign up for themselves and use it for themselves. And so we kind of had to live or die with that, or work on another idea. So, I think there was two things that we did that helped us to stand out. One is, you're absolutely right. We created very personalized journeys, one-to-one, email or DM to those target personas within the target accounts. And then secondly, and maybe even backing up before that, we figure out a way to scale warm introductions is really how I call it. Like, that's how we really seeded the initial target group for a journey, versus doing cold. We did cold kind of after the first 100. But it was definitely a very laser pointer approach. We definitely didn't do, we like just started doing more of the sequences and things. And I have a lot of thoughts on that stuff, but it's for maybe later in the show.
Yeah, that could probably be its own show in and of itself. And, part of why we thought having you would be really interesting is because, you are as close to doing this go-to-market action as anybody, because it's very much your day-to-day right now. So we thought that would be a really interesting asset to add to this. We're trying to do these as quickly as we can feasibly get to them, and that's supposed to kind of be a little bit of a hook to the whole thing. But we all know that it takes a long time. You're 2 years in, and it probably still feels like you're moving slow at times, moving too fast at others. So, we loved having your perspective here. I could pick your brain for forever, but we want to make sure that we make this as on brand for Randomized Revenue as possible, which is we go fast, we do it sloppy, and we just get right into the damn thing. So if you're cool with it, Brendan, we can jump over and get started. We've premised this with you already, like what the format is. I think anyone who's watched the show by now probably has a good idea. Random website generator. Rob, Brendan, and myself will do our best to build what we could call a go-to-market strategy in like 25 minutes here, and see if we can't just bang that out. And we're going to try to do our best to take whatever the website randomizer gives us, no matter how challenging it may be. And I think, Brendan, now with your expertise, you can give us a little bit of extra experience, since Rob and I are probably a little jaded from having done a couple of these. We already got battle wounds and everything from the first. So if you're good, man, we'll just jump right into it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I'm going to share my screen. I think the best layout for us is going to be like this. Can you guys see this?
Yep.
Cool. So what I've got ready to go here is our typical randomized revenue format. These are the different categories that we're going to try to at least cover. Sometimes we actually get some clear takeaways from this. Sometimes it's more so just like a state of the union, what we're seeing. Got Seamless AI up. I've got LinkedIn and a Sales Navigator, and then Bill With. We can take a look at what kind of tech they're using in the background. So with that being said, let's discover what we get here.
This is the scary part.
Zero.
This is a challenging one.
I've seen all of them.
Wow, this is like my Netflix queue. This is great. That's great. Okay.
Actually, I already like that one because I can tell how they make money just from looking at it.
Yeah, I wish I had kept it up. Yeah,
I don't know what they do.
that is
Advertising. So
That's right. That's right. Okay.
No.
No, moving on. Skip that one.
Advertising.
Advertising.
Man, I miss ad tech.
There's a good one.
That one's dead.
Good old 404 redirect.
What is this? Type in a TV show. All right. It says calculate your total time spent watching TV shows.
I don't want to know that.
All right. Well, that's that's if this wasn't being recorded, maybe I would do that. Otherwise, it's probably embarrassing. Okay, that one's dead.
Oh, that's a good one.
Great. It's a great one.
Great. Let's roll with this. Khan Academy. All right, so we're gonna do Khan Academy.
I'm researching.
Cool. All right, for every student, it's interesting because we have a bit of an education theme from last time till now. We did instructables this time, and then Khan. Okay, so nonprofit with a mission, world-class education, anyone, anywhere. Are you familiar with Khan, Brendan? It sounded like that was something that you recognize.
I am. Yeah, I think it's like free digital education for students, kind of content for students, self-serve, and then lessons for teachers, self-serve. I imagine they sell to school districts too, but I'm not entirely sure.
And you guys can feel free. I'll send you guys the link here in our chat if you want to be poking around a little bit.
Cool.
Okay, boost student learning. All right, so they've got a study here. I'm going to copy this link. This could be good content.
So they say thousands of interactive exercises, videos, and articles that cover a range of K through 12 subjects. What I didn't know is they also do personalized SAT practice, map accelerator. That's pretty cool. LSAT prep.
They do a good job of outlining the use cases here, like districts, teachers, learners.
190 countries, 40 languages, more than 200,000 educators, and 18 million learners. That's wild. That's fantastic.
Yeah. It's like from kindergarten through to post, like, right before you get a job.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Brendan, I feel like this is maybe parallel to your experience with Journey a little bit, but when you've got like the bottoms up or the top down kind of chicken or the egg situation, either you're going directly to the end user and letting them champion it up, like that kind of feedback here with teachers.
Yep.
Hey, this is something I could really use in my classroom, and then the districts themselves.
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is super interesting because from a bottoms up perspective, they actually have bottoms up to the student, they have bottoms up to the teacher, and then they have the more probably, I assume, some top down to the district or the person making the decision. I imagine is like I don't know, principal or someone in the school system. So they kind of are coming at it from a ton of different angles. But I'm pretty sure they got started entirely bottoms up. Like they have millions of learners.
So look, their mission is to provide free world-class education for anyone, anywhere. So we want to be delicate about how we would monetize, right? We want to make sure that the mission sort of remains intact. So they also have such a huge database of active users. I mean, I don't know if they're active, but they say more than 18 million learners. Let's assume a lot of those are active. That's a pretty captive audience to sell education and content beyond what's free on the website. They could have a premium platform especially for the teachers, I think, with lesson plans and curriculum that's a little bit more advanced or thorough than what's available for free, potentially.
Totally, totally. Like I imagine what would be really interesting, and I assume that they do, is they take a lot of this data and say they have 5 teachers within a school district that are all using it for free.
Mm-hmm.
They package that up and say, with a very personalized outreach to the principal, saying, "Hey, you have 5 teachers that have, created 50 lesson plans in the last month using this for free." And then I'm not sure what the premium would be, but like it's a warmer sell that way. It's kind of what we do at Journey, but we don't have 18 million sellers yet.
But you will soon. So, Jared, what are you doing? Walk us through what your thought process is right now.
Yeah, while you guys were talking about that, I was just doing a little back end to see if I can find what CRM they're using. So I'm using BuildWith right now to see what's plugged into their website. Let's see here, CloudFront. Yeah, I haven't yet seen a CRM. It's mostly the stuff on their website. Zendesk. Okay. Yeah, but Brendan's got a good point. Like, I think that the message to a district is compelling when you've got the users to justify it. So you probably have to do a little bit of both simultaneously, because you could probably just start going out to districts just with the value prop and see if you can get some quick wins.
Oh. Whoa. The aliens have landed.
It happened. So what would you think about that, Brendan? Would you be running, like if we got a sales team on this, and maybe a sales team isn't the right approach, maybe it's a digital first one, maybe probably specifically for the learners, maybe the teachers too, but you have sellers going out to teachers one-to-one, or be doing social ads on the teacher's side for awareness, get them onto like a free trial or the free version of the platform, and then wait until you've got enough data there to make that outbound to the districts more compelling?
Totally. I mean, I would totally be bottoms up, but I think what you could do for the top down is you could use a lot of that data. You have, presumably you've done that well, and you've built inertia with one district, and then you have a district right next to it that is not yet activated in that level. You could I would use that social proof to sell into the principal bottoms, top down, essentially, with a lot of what's happening from the other districts.
They have a head of sales. I mean, they're selling something.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's look at
They also have an enormous number of employees on LinkedIn. I'm super surprised. 1,182 employees according to LinkedIn.
I was going to look and see if they're running any ads. I'd be curious to see what they're putting on here. Yeah, district leaders. Look at that.
Cool.
Looking to monitor each process. Great. District leaders. Got beautiful.
Great
creative.
Really good creative.
Discover how your school can address unfinished district leaders. Know more about districts. Yeah, they're really pushing the districts here, at least this far down.
They're pushing a lot of performance reporting, like monitor how your students are pacing on LSATs, I think was one of the ads we saw.
So that's got to be compelling to leaders, right? Is that they want their district to have the highest test scores, and that helps attract students and all that. So
that backs into funding and all that.
Okay. Take a look. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so they are running ads. Let's see. District focus ads on LinkedIn. Just gonna look on Facebook. I'd wonder about outbound to teachers, like from a data perspective. I don't know if a more traditional B2B data tool is going to have teacher data. That may be something you either self-source by geography, go to the website of the school. All of their email addresses are always on the website. Just more time consuming. That might be a slowdown.
Yeah, I feel like the direct sale to the teacher is because the teacher probably doesn't have the direct, like they can't make the decision on
Probably.
buying this. I bet a bunch of teachers might, I mean, if they have like a cheap kind of plan, might pay for it just on their own to get it started. But that's by digital ads mostly.
The independent schools will probably make the decision at a local level, and then the public schools will probably make it at a board or district level.
Mm-hmm.
I would guess.
This is smart. They're running these ads for Teacher Appreciation Week, and then like your students can make a personalized video, or parents can make a personalized video for the teacher.
Super cool.
I like that. Okay, so they're running ads on Facebook. District and teacher ads on Facebook. Okay, so I think we got an elevator pitch for teachers use case.
Yep.
And for districts. I think that district.
Wish I knew what it was.
I don't know what that sound is. And I don't know if just we're hearing it or not. Okay, districts. Engage every teacher and provide individual support.
They say for the learners, as they call them, join Khan Academy to get personalized help with what you're studying or to learn something completely new. We'll save all of your progress. There's a big data play in here for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right here. Give you and your teachers the powerful data and support your district needs to help your students achieve.
Yeah, there you go.
Learning faster. Okay. Teachers. Where did that go? So I'd love to get y'all's thoughts on a data source or a data approach. If we're going to do teachers, are we just going to assume self-sourcing, or are we going to look for lists of teacher data publicly available? I don't know. So I'd love y'all's read on where you might start.
So I know you can get databases of independent schools. I know that's possible. I don't know if it goes down beyond administration, though. I know it's administrators. I've pulled that data before. I don't know if it goes all the way down to teachers. But if you have use data from the teachers, really who you want to call are the administrators anyway. So that would probably be fine. At a public school level, I'm not totally sure. I've never pulled that data before. Thank you, research.
You guys would know this better than I would, but like a Zoom info doesn't have wouldn't have the administration of a local high school. I have no idea.
No, I don't think it would. No. Right, Jared? I don't think it would.
Oh, let's look. Let's see. Primary and secondary education departments. It's hard to know. I'm going to do a really broad search here first and see what this pulls up. Executive director for school leadership. Art teacher, mathematics teacher, and assistant football coach.
Wait, so it seems like they do have some local data there.
Yeah.
Is this seamless, or is it seamless?
Yes, it's seamless.
Cool. Very cool.
So, like, let me just take Nashville, for example. If I go to Nashville, no results found.
I found a couple third-party resources who claim to have, 97% email deliverability of K through 12 data. So there are some third-party resources out there that could be pursued.
Well, yeah, look, I mean, this has English teacher, AP Physics, Science teacher. Okay, wow, that's great.
I'm so surprised by that. That's awesome.
So am I. Awesome.
I've got a database here that says it's got 3.2 million educators by email. So it's out there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was also wondering if teachers and principals, district heads of district, are they on LinkedIn, or is there a LinkedIn for EDU?
I bet they're on LinkedIn at the administrator level. I bet they are.
I was looking to see if they had any like customer quotes from the teacher side. It just takes you to this landing page. Okay. All right, so we've agreed that we're going to do teachers first. It looks like we've got plenty of data to work with. So how much did you say was in that list, Rob?
3.2 million. And I just put in, this is a real rudimentary search, but I just put in school principal in LinkedIn, and it has 288,000 results.
Hmm.
So
LinkedIn,
yeah,
taking over the world.
yeah.
All right, you said 3.2 million records. We'd have to filter that down. Educators, CRM unknown. Use cases, we said teachers improving curriculum and student by student personalization learning.
Yeah, it might be learning efficiency, speed.
Yeah, I like efficiency. Efficiency. Districts. Are empowered with data to inform
Progress and effectiveness of curriculum. I would say something like that.
Sure.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I feel like at the district level, they could help you improve your score. You know, every district has like a
Sure.
score for how good the school is, which impacts people that move there, people that choose to go to that school.
You would think you would perform better on the standardized testing, which I think is what like districts and like the state look at to measure how well the schools are doing.
Totally.
Okay. I think the last thing then is for us to try to write this first outbound. It's funny because this feels a little reminiscent of the one that we wrote for Instructables.
Yeah,
the exact same persona.
It's very similar.
Yeah. So if I'm like,
dear sir or madam. all good sales emails begin with that.
Dear sir or madam.
To whom it may concern.
Hope this finds you well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we beat that to death.
Immediate delete.
I am not well. Top of the morning, dude. Okay, so we're trying to go teachers up. Let's think about. I'm gonna go back to this teacher improvement curriculum. Let's try the angle I'm trying to go at. What do you think, Brendan? When you get 1 million sales emails a day, what catches your attention?
What catches my attention?
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's like hyper personalized research. I mean, that sounds vague, but something like, you know, I could tell that they maybe they signed up for Journey, they went to the website, they did some research, which tells me that they had to have done something. So
I agree. So maybe if let's assume like we were picking somebody. That's brutal. If we just said like Pam is an art teacher, Pam's an art teacher at Holy Family High School. This should have to be something about like. Let's see. I think starting with something she's immediately going to recognize. So maybe I did something like is known for their. I'm making stuff up right now. Known for their football team, but I have some parts of the art project you did with the 7th graders. I'm making science center. Drawing in quotes. His first drawing. All right. I'm just making this up.
Gosh darn it.
Okay, so try to get her attention. I know. Start with the school. We'll see that. Opens it up. I saw the work that you did. This assumes that I found enough info about them to make this compelling. So let's operate under that assumption.
Yep.
So I think that first paragraph hits.
Now I'd back into something about the functionality of the value prop of Khan, which is, letting students learn at their own pace. Every student learns differently. Every student learns at a different pace. And it's really complicated to create a lesson plan for every single student. It's not possible, and this would sort of help solve for that. Make sure we send this to Restream when we're done with it.
No kidding.
yeah, I hear that now too.
Brutal.
Sounds like
You had to stop me at any point here. I'm just rolling.
No, it's good. Keep going.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah, I don't know. So one thing that I like in this, where you're bringing up some social proof, is like if this was a Nashville high school, I might put like the district next to them, or some some localized thing like we just helped this district right next to you increase their students' efficiency, their learning efficiency, and they improve the district score by this much, or I don't know.
It's a great
but I think that I feel like sometimes with when you bring up like, oh, we help thousands or millions, I always think like, it might not be for me though. Like it might be too broad.
Right.
Good call.
When people use those numbers like thousands and millions, I just assume they're not telling the truth.
And then, I mean, the hook here is free. It's free. And I like the idea you referenced the company where they've got thousands of users now, but they still onboard one-to-one. I think that like having a very hands-on experience with the TC will make them that champion that you're looking for.
I think you can put one more sentence and tie it off.
Yeah. I'll be happy to. Cool.
Nice.
All right. We can roll with that.
Cool. I like it.
I think you're right, Brendan, that geographic specificity, like as soon as you've got one use case, then hit everything adjacent to it and just kind of expand from there.
Totally agree. It's awesome. Good idea.
Cool. All right. I think that right there is pretty good. I know we want to wrap here right on time. So, Brendan, do you have any other parting thoughts before we wrap this up in case folks want to learn more about Journey or about you?
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm pretty active on LinkedIn, so you can find me. We're happy to help any sales or marketing teams learn more about Journey, or you can just sign up for free. Journey.io.
Awesome.
Hey man, we appreciate you jumping in and doing this, man. Really do. We'll hopefully get to have you on another time. Appreciate the time. I know you got
awesome.
Thanks, Brandon. I'll see you, man.
See you guys.
Good to see you.
All right, see you. Bye.